Well, well, well. We are changing Britain by getting together, by working together, and by trying to come up with our own solutions to each problem at a time. I'm absolutely delighted to present to you the second monthly report from the Patriot Fund, and it's a month in which we caught the Gloucester Perv. We went to the Daresbury Hotel to look at the migrant 4-star accommodation. It's a month in which we donated money to try and get more young men checked for testicular cancer. It's a month when we went out and about meeting members of the public and continued our research into new media methods. And critically, we've got a new camera system that we're going to start rolling out to those patriots and those people who want to fight for Britain, who are really struggling with social media engagement. And thank you so much to all of you that have sent your messages asking to be part of that scheme. We'll get round to replying to all of them at some point, but obviously it's been a bit of a deluge. So obviously, as you know, the Patriot Fund is all about you giving donations and us trying to build something. I always tell the story about the man who walks down the beach with his friend, and there's 1 million starfish washed up on the beach, and they're all going to die in the baking hot sun. And the man picks up one starfish and throws it back in the sea. And the other man says, well, what possible difference does that make? And he said, well, it'll make the difference to starfish I threw back, won't it? I think that's exactly what the Patriot Fund is all about. And so with that in mind, going to Gloucester, where I happen to be staying anyway, and paying young people to come up with intelligence about the Gloucester Perv. And he was somebody who, everyone laughs at that name, by the way. I'm in a hotel room with Lois Perry at the moment and she's laughing away. But okay. But the reason that was so important for me was we discovered that an African migrant was going around groping women. And so what we did was we decided that we were going to try and fund catching him. I've never done anything like this in my life, and I didn't know how to do it, but we found an address and we found a name. Now, it is for the courts to decide whether this is the genuine bloke and whether this is, we've got the right information. But I am proud of the fact that you as donors to the Patriot Fund did that. Now, you're going to say to me, well, hang on a second, that's one guy in Gloucester. Well, okay. But we've also been to the Daresbury Hotel today, where Labour were attempting to rig the Runcorn by-election, because what they were saying was that there was no migrants in the future going to be in this hotel. We don't believe that announcement. We think that announcement's a lie, which is why Lois Perry and I are together in this hotel room in Runcorn, and she's got some social media about it, and I've got some videos on YouTube about it. So once again, thank you for supporting that project, which brings me on to another really important point. Thank you so much for sending me the information. This email, when it arrives to you, will have my actual phone number on it. Please, 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 be good so far. Do not phone me during shows or in the middle of the night. If you enjoy, if you like to powder your nose late in the evening, then let me just say to you, do not phone me at 5 a.m. with whatever thoughts you had about my particular issues. We love you to pieces, but it's not the time to do it. Nonetheless, the purpose of me giving you that phone number is it just gives you the ability to WhatsApp me, and lots of people do, and thank you so much for all of that. Obviously, the testicular cancer thing, look, loads of people have said to me, is this a patriotic cause? It probably isn't. But, you know, there was a guy who had 2 balls, obviously fake, over his shoulders when he was running the London Marathon because his brother was killed by testicular cancer age 23. And I just think that we sometimes don't do enough for young men. So that's why I thought perhaps that might be a good thing to donate to. And they're absolutely delighted. It's an awareness campaign. So, look, I think the fund is relatively strong. We get thousands rather than hundreds of thousands in, but nonetheless, we are continuing to work. Really, really important that you convert now from the YouTube donation to Patreon. That means you can give your monthly donation or join as a free member. But either way, it just makes it easier for us to control the data and know where things are going. Looking forward, I think clearly we're going to have serious discussions with both UKIP and Reform about, and indeed the right-wing Conservatives, about what we do after the local elections. But it's the local elections tomorrow. It's the Runcorn by-election tomorrow. I will tell you, across the hall in the hotel is the National Secretary of Reform, Nigel Farage's lawyer is in the next building, and we've bumped into so many people, but they're so busy that I can't have a sensible discussion with them about anything, frankly, related to how we would take the Patriot Fund forward. But I am pleased, finally, on our camera loan scheme, which is embryonic at the moment. But I don't know if you know Dave Atherton on Twitter. We're going to give him one of these gimbal cameras. I don't know, that's not the sign for a gimbal. But anyway, just so that he can start filming on his X account himself talking, just because we think that will boost it. That is a pilot of a scheme that you're paying for. Well, you're not really paying for it because I'm giving the cameras to the Patriot Fund for free. But if it works, then it's something that we would roll out right across the country. I mean, the more money we get, the better. And the essential idea is this, that people who have a really good social media ideas, but are struggling to film stuff, we would help them. So that's, I suspect that's a lot of you. You know, you're not technophobes, you're not terrible with technology, but you don't necessarily know all of the details. So I guess that is my update from the Patriot Fund. Really want to thank you for everything you've done so far. I mean, this channel largely is now turning into an organ of the Patriot Fund, which is not necessarily a bad thing, and we hope to do more in the future. Looking forward to events, really struggling with events. We've got this curry lunch on the 11th of May, which once again I think I'm going to have to push back because it hasn't really worked out in terms of ticket sales. Obviously there are challenges, and the main challenge, by the way, is not the unpopularity of me, though no doubt that is a drag on the tickets. The real problem is, of course, the fact that I just don't know who most people are who watch my channel. So just to give you some statistics, around 300,000 different people, different individuals watch my channel every week. The problem is we don't know who they are in terms of emails, so we can't send them an email, which is actually an additional benefit for what the Patriot Fund's doing, because it just enables us not to sell tickets, because it's not necessarily a commercial operation. It isn't a commercial operation at all, but it just means that we're able to get the message out and say, do you want to come to this event? Do you want to come to that event? Who's in Bristol? Who's in Lancaster? Who's in whatever? And so part of the project, the Patriot Fund project, is to build up that data operation. We've only got about 70 people signed up to the newsletter at the moment, but we'll get there. Right, and it's all small acorns. So thank you so much for everything you've done. Thank you so much for catching the Gloucester Perth. Don't laugh, Lois. I don't know what it is about the Gloucester Perth. I'll turn the camera around in a minute if you don't.
Do not dare turn the camera around.
She's putting the makeup on. Okay. And we will see what happens at the Runcorn by-election tomorrow. My little update to you is I think that people are incredibly hacked off with Labour. Whether Reform win or not, I don't know. It's an enormously big challenge. I think that when I went to their office today, I think they dared to dream. I think that they think that everything they're looking at tells them they can win, but it would be crazy to believe they can actually do it. So they're not willing to believe it quite yet. It's going to be really interesting. Okay, this is the second monthly update for the Patriot Fund. Please do send me your messages. The email address is available. The phone number's available. Until next time, goodbye.